XRP is trading at $1, and the loudest theory in the community says that doesn't matter because the banks are already connected. One software update, they say, flips on 13,000 banks, and that's the road to $300 XRP. And tomorrow, August 19th, Ripple CEO is expected to walk into a meeting at the White House. So, will banks actually use XRP? Let's find out what's real. Welcome to Realm of Crypto, where we take the loudest narratives in this market and stress test them. No hype, no price calls, the claim, the evidence, and what would prove it right or wrong. The claim, steel-manned. Banks don't buy software one at a time. They run on middleware, and the middleware is enormous. ACI Worldwide alone serves more than 1,000 financial institutions, moving roughly $14 trillion a day, and carries about 9% of global SWIFT traffic. ACI's own website even lists Ripple-style distributed ledger rails as a supported payment type. So the theory goes, Ripple doesn't need 13,000 contracts. The pipes already reach every bank. Someone just has to open the valve. In the second half of the claim, to settle institutional volume, the bridge asset can't stay cheap. Small straw, big ocean. Now, the fresh evidence, because this week actually delivered some. Last month, the OCC granted Ripple National Trust Bank a federal charter. Read that again. Ripple is now a federally chartered trust bank. On Friday, the same regulator conditionally chartered World Liberty, the Trump family venture, to run its $4 billion USD1 stablecoin, one of roughly a dozen crypto charters this OCC has waved through. And tomorrow, Garlinghouse is expected in the room with the president, SEC Chair Paul Atkins, and the CFTC Chair, the day before the CFTC's new Innovation Committee meets for the first time with Garlinghouse as one of its 35 members. Meanwhile, on-chain, Santiment counted 49,929 active addresses in a single day, a 2-month high, at the exact moment crowd sentiment hit a 3-month bearish extreme. Fear loud, participation rising. That's the divergence bulls call a counter signal. Now, the stress test. First, that address spike. Analysts found roughly 2/3 of it was automated bot orders, and brand new wallets are flat at about 2,260 a day. Participation is not the same as people. Second, and this is the core, connected is not the same as using. The middleware capability is real, but the Ripple partner framing traces back through crypto media to a viral post. And in our sweep, we could not find a single named bank publicly confirmed to be routing XRP liquidity through those hubs. A supported rail is not a customer. Third, the pipes math is contested. A bridge asset settles in seconds, so the same token can turn over many times a day. Throughput scales with velocity and depth, not just unit price. Even Ripple's own CTO concedes stablecoins won the collateral use cases. And fourth, the ISO myth. Yes, there's a November deadline this year. It removes unstructured postal addresses from payment messages. The big cutover, retiring the old message format entirely, already happened last November, and XRP is at $1. A messaging language is not an asset mandate. So, here's the verdict tree. What to watch, not what to buy. 1. A named bank routing XRP liquidity through ACI, Volante, or Finastra rails. One verified case transforms this theory from diagram to fact. Until then, it's a diagram. 2. What actually comes out of tomorrow's White House room and Thursday's CFTC meeting? Policy, not photos. 3. September 15th, 60 votes, 28 days away. We grade our clarity episode the morning after. 4. Ripple's own trust bank going operational. Watch what Ripple does with a bank charter, not what the timeline predicts. 300, 1,000, 27. Those are the community's numbers, not ours. We grade the story, never the ticker. Quick disclaimer, this is information and entertainment, not financial advice. Crypto is volatile. Always do your own research. If you searched, will banks use XRP and found prophecy instead of plumbing, subscribe. This channel is the antidote. And tell me below, plumbing or prophecy? This is Realm of Crypto. The narrative's on the board. See you at the next stress test.